Antigua, the final staging post of the 1990 England cricket tour of the West Indies. The largest of the Leeward Islands, Antigua was a prize much fought for by Spain, France and England. But by the middle of the 17th century, the British had gained control and remained in control until independence was granted in 1981. Today, Antigua's economy revolves almost wholly around tourism, which accounts for 60% of its gross national product. The island boasts 365 beaches, one for every day of the year, and 400,000 visitors enjoy them annually. Antigua is the home of the West Indies captain, Viv Richards, of Curtly Ambrose, the hero of the 4th Test, and of Richie Richardson, perhaps the next West Indies captain, who has his own shop in the capital, St. John's. Our TV crew flew here from Barbados just 5 hours after the 4th Test ended there on Tuesday. It's a 1-hour flight, and here, the deciding match of this epic Test series takes place on the recreation ground, St. John's, the youngest Test arena in the Caribbean, hosting this, the 99th Test match between the West Indies and England. Well, of those 99 Tests, West Indies have won 40. England 22 and 36 have been drawn. Well, we have sunshine for this crucial match in the series, and the problem for both sides was making up their teams. We had the David Gower factor in the England camp. Gower was with the side. Should he play? Well, Mickey Stewart decided that the young men who had earned their places on this tour should have all the opportunities, so no change of policy. West Indies had 3 injuries. Malcolm Marshall, Ezra Mosley and Carlisle Best were out. But now let's join the captains, Alan Lamb and Viv Richards, at the toss.
Okay, that's the head.
That's head from Mr. Taylor. Shall we go?
Okay. Heads.
Heads it is.
Right. Smokes, we'll have a bat.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
And you have a good day.
Same to you. Okay.
I'll keep it nice, huh?
Right.
Alan, what toss? How did it go?
We won the toss, and looks a good wicket, so we're going to have a bat.
What do you make of it? It looks very strange to me, I must say.
Yeah, it looks one of the better wickets we've played on. You know, there is a little bit of dampness there, but hopefully we can get past that and get a big score. That's what we need to do.
This is your home patch. Tell us first about the ground and the wickets.
Well, I think I should know this particular wicket reasonably well, because my father did work in it a few years. You know, he used to work just opposite over there at the prison, you know, so as a little boy, I think I know a hell of a lot about this wicket, but I don't know what it's going to do today.
Lamb wins, England bat. So England are unchanged. There's no Angus Fraser. He failed his fitness test, and no Eddie Hemmings yet again. No spin in the side. West Indies, well, they do have spin. It's Hooper for Best, Walsh for Marshall, Baptiste for Mosley. Let's join now in the 6th over. England 10 for no wicket, and Ambrose bowls to Stewart. Oh, that's a nasty one too. Luckily the ball went down off the glove, but how do you play those, Jeff?
Well, that's a different ball. That is a great delivery. Just outside off stump, in the channel there, gets up on him, and at least he was trying to get over the top of the ball there. He's trying to get his hands up and over the top of the ball.
That's well placed and well played. That beats Richie Richardson. And England get their first boundary. And that's where the England fans are tucked away. It's not quite an empty ground.
Yeah, Curtly Ambrose just giving him a bit of width here. Just giving a little bit of width. He can get his hands out and plays a nice back foot shot. Doesn't try to hit it too hard.
Got that one away beautifully. Stewart growing in confidence every day of the week.
That was a very good shot. Again, Courtney was giving him a little bit too much room outside the off stump. Pitching wide of off stump. It came back into him a little bit, but not enough to cramp his shot. Beautifully stroked through the offside. Just behind square.
Oh, that beat the outside edge. Fumbled by Dujon. Probably because he was a little disappointed that it missed the edge of the bat. It was very close.
this was close indeed. It didn't seem to do a lot, but perhaps Wayne Larkins was expecting it to come back into him more than it did. Just beating the outside edge. Look at the concentration on that man's face.
In the air, Richards has got him. He's fumbled it, but he's got him out court. Walsh has struck, and that one went flying to Viv Richard. He didn't quite catch it cleanly. It bobbled a little bit, hit him in the tummy there. And so that is the end of Stewart. The first wicket has fallen. There it goes, the edge, flying to Richards, hit him in the tummy, fumbled a little bit, and eventually he managed to get it under control. So, Alex Stewart out, and England are 42 for 1.
He was possibly playing for that ball to come into him, and there we see Viv Richards having a bit of a juggle there.
Oh, and how that missed the off stump, I'll never know. That's magnificent bowling by Courtney Walsh. Two great bounces and a Yorker. And that one very nearly uprooting the off stump. Have another look at it. It slants in, and how that missed the off stump, I'll never know. He was looking for the short one, that's for sure. Jumped up in the air, and it missed by a fraction of an inch.
Just wide of the diving Logie. Not far away, and I've seen Gus Logie take so many remarkable catches there that Robert Bailey must consider himself lucky.
Well, Bailey's fault is the first step he takes forward with the front foot. He goes to play forward as if to play forward, and fast bowlers see that. They whack it in short.
Well, it's a really torrid time here for Rob Bailey.
Words are not necessary. If at home you can't feel the fear and the aggression.
That's a good shot. He set that very well. As I say, the outfield is slow, but that will make it, and that's a good 4.
Well, that's brilliant, isn't it? Lovely improvised pull shot. Watch the ball onto the bat. Beautifully played. And off the ground again. I'm beginning to think, you see all these slow motion replays, that England batsmen play all their shots off the ground.
And that's well played. Not much bounce there on the back foot, punch through the offside field. He's a strong boy, is Rob Bailey. He really didn't look as if he hit this ball very hard. Fair bit of bottom hand in it. It ended up going all the way to the boundary.
Well, the one advantage for Rob Bailey, he's a very tall man, so he can get right over the top of the ball. And these back foot shots are much more difficult for short men if they're very straight.
In the air and just wide of this third slip fieldsman down to the boundary for 4. Gordon Greenwich there diving away to his right. I don't think he actually got a finger on it.
Well, this is a poor shot, this. Wide ball, throwing the bat at it, far too wide to be playing at, and very, very lucky not to get caught out. Went past sort of 4th slip. It's what we call in cricket parlance a getting out shot. 9 times out of 10, that's getting out.
Pleasant shot. Nothing rough about the movement at all, just leaned onto it and stroked it for 4.
Well, very lazy, effortless off-drive. Full face of the bat. Watch the bat go right through. See all the maker's name.
And he isn't even noticing the temperature at all. He's having a ball. Lovely and cool out in the stands. Off the edge, and I don't think that was a catch. I think he trapped that one. It may just have been a chance. Richards went for it, but there may have been some ground in this one as it left the bat.
I think that definitely was a chance there, Tony. Just about, not a very easy catch to take at all. It was almost on the half volley. On the way down, Richards just barely managed to get his fingers on it. Not an easy catch to take.
Oh, and very lucky to get away with that one. Ambrose is frustrating the life out of Larkins, and I think it began to show when he went for this optimistic pull shot. It's not easy to pull this man.
No, he gets quite a lot of bounce, Ambrose. That one pitched pretty wide outside the off stump, but cut back into Wayne Larkins. Look at this football following in. Good height, top edge, very fortunate for Wayne Larkins.
Yes, he's lucky that top edge didn't go off the bat into his face. That's happened before. Took that one right in the meat, but and it's fumbled. Well, Ian Bishop just a little casual onto that one. Perhaps he didn't realise it was hit quite as sweetly as it was. We haven't seen a drive for a little while. And that brings up 100 for England. So 100 now recorded on the scoreboard, and only one wicket is down. Oh, and that's a good delivery again. It's only a question of time now before Ambrose wraps up Larkins. Have a look at that one, right in there under the heart.
Right in under the heart, as you say, Tony. But look at Larkins' right hand moving away, apparently getting hit on the right hand.
This is the battle. The bowlers concentrating, the batsmen worried, also concentrating, trying to survive. He's got 30. He's in the air, he's got him, it's only a question of time. Larkins has eventually nicked one, and Ambrose has struck. He's stuck to his task, and eventually it had to happen. Larkins caught second slip. Hooper, the fieldsman, there. This is how it happened. Good delivery, not much movement there, and straight to Hooper, catching it nice and low down by his left ankle. And so that is the end of Larkins. Yet another 30 to his name, 101 for 2.
Just short of a length. Not a great deal of movement. Still not a great deal of movement. But the line and the length was what got Larkins out. Just outside the off stump, feeling for it outside the off stump. Carl Hooper taking a very good catch at second slip, low down to his left.
Yes, have a look at this for concentration. He's really worked hard for this wicket, watching the spot. He's trying to survive. Whoops, and that's the end of that. Oh, and straight away he's hit Lamb as well. Didn't pick it up at all. That could so easily have gone off the glove. It's hit his elbow.
This one pitched well outside the off stump and jabbed back into Alan Lamb. I think he was expecting that ball to pass in front of him outside the off stump.
Well, he's put that away aggressively. That's going to be 4. So just fractionally short. That piece not all that fast. And Lamb put it away very quickly. It's a good shot. He's hit it well. And even though this outfield is very lush, it's going to beat Richardson to the boundary. He's hit that really well.
That was a good shot. I thought he hit the ball into the ground first of all. He hit the space, so maybe 1 or 2 runs. Superb shot by Lamb. You see how close to him it bounced.
Well, Lamb, another boundary for him, and another pull. He really does score quickly, Alan Lamb. And he's travelled on now to 25.
Just been out there, 24 balls. That's my point. Alan Lamb does score runs quickly, and the scoreboard goes on. It takes the pressure off the other batsman.
Oh, and he's got him caught behind. What a dreadful shot that was. Ian Bishop has struck. That was a short ball way outside off stump. It really didn't do too much at all. And yet another England batsman who's got himself in has now got himself out. And that really has been the story of the day. Watch this delivery. It's wide, it's short. Bailey decides to go after it. A big nick there, and no problems at all on that occasion for Dujon. He'll be very disappointed about that. 143 for 3.
And just when they get in a good position, he's giving it away. Flashing again, outside off stump. A lot of pressure on the batsman to bat long periods of time for their runs. These fast bowlers make it very difficult for you.
Oh, it's a good bouncer. Smith can get into trouble early on with a short ball. All of a sudden, these West Indians are starting to turn it on.
Well, they're bubbling now, the quick shot into the body, and Smith got in two minds. Look at it, look at it. No, the head's gone, look. The head's gone. When the ball hits him, the head, the eyes are looking at the floor.
Oh, another quick one. And well played there by Robin Smith.
Yes, this is fast bowling, trying to unsettle the new batsman. Look at the eyes, the concentration. But he's looking at it, is Smith. That's wonderfully played.
Oh, he's hit him. That's hurt him. I've often wondered why he doesn't wear the proper protection. That may have broken his jaw. I cannot understand why he doesn't wear it. He's saying he's fine. He's as tough as old boots. And have a look at it. It's beginning to swell as we speak.
This is a nasty delivery. Really cuts back, snakes in a long way. Oh, yes, that is a fine, aggressive, nasty delivery. Shooting up, cutting back, right at the side of the chin. Well, I've had two of those in my career.
Nice shot. Very similar to the one which got him 3 in the last over, but this will be 4.
Well, this is certainly a much more friendly delivery than those before tea. I think Robin Smith will be pleased if he gets a few of those, gets the feet moving, tucks it away. Very generous lack of pace there from Courtney Walsh.
Got it down behind square. Long chase here for Richardson. And the outfield as well has quickened up since the lunch break under the influence of the sun, and it's gone all the way. In the first hour of the day's play, that wouldn't quite have reached the boundary. We saw a number of 3s.
Well, Walsh drew him wide a little bit there. Nice shot, but it didn't quite go through the covers. It slipped off the face behind gully there. And the gully area went behind point. It was a good-looking shot. I think it was just a little bit wide, and it drew him out there.
Tremendous shot. Pure Alan Lamb on the back foot and cracking it through mid-wicket.
Yes, Tony's got a short ball here, and it's one of Alan's best shots, a short ball. It's not really a hook, it's a pull shot, and the ball's only got up sort of waist high.
Oh, that hurt. Bottom glove.
What's happened there, which is the commonest injury, I think, there. You can see it's hit him on the bottom 2 fingers. And what happens, it traps those 2 fingers against the bat handle. And that's where the problem comes where the fingers are squeezed against the bat handle and becomes very sore after a while.
That's close. That's out. Well, they've worn him down eventually. Possibly a lack of footwork or concentration, or was it pain? But the West Indies fast bowlers have done it once again. This is how Robin Smith went. Just got a bit stuck there. Never really went anywhere on the crease and fell over a little. But an heroic effort again from Robin Smith. It's 167 for 4.
Courtney's pitched the ball up here and Robin's gone forward. He hasn't got right forward and he's hit him in front of sort of middle and off stump, and looks a fair decision. And I thought Robin probably just looking a little bit weary after taking a couple of blows on the fingers and one on the jaw.
He's gone. Port Richards bowled Ambrose and Alan Lamb goes. This is the problem with the West Indies. So often they make one break and then they're straight through.
Yes, that ball, just a good line, length, just outside off stump. And Allen's just fenced it a bit. It's a little bit away from his body, and it's been a comfortable catch for Viv Richards at first slip.
Well, it's another good fighting innings. 167 for 5.
Ball's bounced a little bit and Allen's fenced it there, and he's got a fair edge which is carried nicely to Viv Richards. A good catch, the ball dipping a little bit, and as so often happens, if you lose one wicket like Robin Smith, you often lose two, and that's disappointing for England.
That bloke, I'm sure, is double jointed. Those shoes direct out of Savile Row.
He's a bit of a comedian here, Tony. He's well known. If you notice the headgear, he has got on a blonde wig just flowing down from underneath, something like a tam there. But they are all enjoying themselves.
Courtney Walsh again. Well, that one edged and nicely fielded there by Richards at first slip. That one bounced up and he had to adjust very quickly. Took it very cleanly.
I think this is a fault of Nasser Hussain, Tony. You notice the face of the bat, opening up, almost steering the ball into the slip region. And with 3 slips and a gully, you don't want to be opening the face of the bat at all.
In the air and just short of Richards there. Didn't quite carry. You might have to come up a little bit. Both of those fieldsmen, every now and again when the ball's pitched up, 1 or 2 of them have gone low. We've seen Hooper take one very low already. We've already seen Richards scoop one on the half volley. Look at this one.
Very difficult again. Those are sort of catches that you're not absolutely sure if it's going to get to you or not. That one didn't. Fell just a little bit short of Viv Richards.
Oh, and that one played into the gap, down towards third man. Richards first to it. Tried to throw his hat on it. Well, that's interesting. I'll tell you what, if he succeeded in doing that, he would have conceded 5 runs. Now, let's see if he tries to get his hat on the ball here.
I think he did it more as a joke there, Tony, but it could have been more than a joke. It could have been quite serious. There he goes. Missed. Luckily for him, he missed. Let's have a closer look at it. Oh, he just brushed it.
That's through the gap between Greenwich and Haynes and down to the boundary at third man. So once again, Hussain getting the ball off perhaps half an edge.
Again squaring behind. Again scoring behind square. Concentration of Ambrose. Hussain opening the bat face again. Ambrose a little bit frustrated, getting 4 runs through the vacant 4th slip position.
That's a good delivery, that one. Bounced a little bit, but once again it's gone through the gap and down to the fence for 4.
That was a good ball, Tony, but I think David Keeper played it quite well. He seemed to be in fairly full control of it. Just opening the face of the bat and steering it down in the gap. His bat comes down straight, then he just pushes it. Just pushing it in that gap between third slip and gully.
Quite a bit of rain overnight. And it looks as if it's building. There's the rainbow. Now, what's the matter with Curly? He's just come down on the ankle in the wrong way. A little bit of concern here now for the West Indies. Now, how bad is it? I think he's being advised to go off. Dennis Waite is calling him off now. Yes, come off. And in place of Curtly Ambrose, it's going to be Ian Bishop. He's caught it. Desmond Haynes. Well, they may say that it caught him. Whatever way you put it, Capel is gone. So David Capel out, perhaps unfortunately, but gone nevertheless. And England are 195 for 6.
And just to get some purchase of it, did you see that the bat was angled such a way, face was upwards, and that's why it sliced off the Desmond Haynes in the gully, so it was rather a careless shot in the end. After the fall of Capel, England went on to 203 for 6 before rain and bad light stopped play at 5:30. Unfortunately for England, all the top 5 got started, but no 50s. It was fighting stuff. Larkins and Bailey putting on 59 for the second wicket, and there was a strong moment at 143 for 2, but then 3 wickets fell for 24 runs. It was a battle to the close, 203 for 6. As for the bowling, well, ferocious speed from the West Indians. 2 wickets for Ambrose, 2 for Bishop, and 2 for Walsh. No luck for Baptiste, if there had been... Welcome to the Recreation Ground, St John's, Antigua, the second day of the final cable and wireless test match. England 203 for 6. They're wobbling. I think not much to come after Hussain and Russell, and England will look to them to really make a good stand at the start of the day and fight off the second new ball. West Indies intend to bowl quickly with that. Bishop, Walsh and Ambrose, quite a fearsome trio. Well, let's join the action now. 9 runs have been added. It's 212 for 6, and Ian Bishop is bowling to Jack Russell.
He's got in, caught behind. Very faint nick there. I suspect it came off the glove, but really Ian Bishop has bowled beautifully to the little left hand of the day. Russell trying to get out of the way there, couldn't do it. This man's too quick for him.
Yes, and Russell had nothing to hit other than one half volley right for the morning session so far, and it was sloping across him. And the score is 212 for 7. And this is Philip de Freitas. Off the mark. A shade of luck, but the ball went downwards and pierced that slip cordon. So de Freitas is off the mark with 4. Let's see how Jack Russell went. Faced a barrage of short deliveries, all coming through about chest high. And this one just drifting across him off the seam. That was the problem. And he got into a no-hook position, though he was going through with the shot. I think in the end he tried to play under it and didn't quite make it. Now Dujon, Jeff Dujon, took the catch. He has got ahead of Godfrey Evans in the list of victims, test match victims. 220 to Jeff Dujon. He'll have Wasim Barry next in his sight with 228.
It's in the air and over the top of second slip. Hooper got a little tip on that one, just touched his fingertips. Now, that is one I don't think we can put down as a chance, despite the fact that he got a tip on it. Have another look at it.
If you're going to flash, flash hard. And that flew away over the top there. No, you can't call that a chance. But Hussein is right. This is a very modest total England have got at the moment. 221 for 7.
Oh, and that one was also close. Inside edge. Some call it a Chinese cut. Over the top of middle stump, down to fine leg for 4.
Yes, straight past the off stump.
He's hit it in the air, and it's wide of the man at cover. Over the top of his head, it's running down towards the boundary. So De Freitas attacking, which is his way. I don't think he's going to hang around there blocking for too long.
Well, that is a very good shot. It's a good technical shot. The ball bounces high, you can get underneath it, and as long as you make good contact, you're absolutely safe. There are no fielders behind those slips. Now, if there was a short third man, he might be in trouble, but there's no one behind, and that's a very good slicing shot. I've seen A.W. Gregg play that shot. Played it against the Australians in '74.
Just outside the line. He's given him out. He's got him out. Yes, he was playing from the crease. Be interesting to have a look at that one. De Freitas gets quite a long way across. The replay will tell the story here, that's for sure. Umpire Archer looking down the pitch, and no hesitation on this one. There it pitched, and it hit him, well, on off stump, I'd say. That pad had got quite a long way across. There's no doubt that the ball was going to hit the stumps. And so that is the end of De Freitas. And the score is 242 for 8.
I think De Freitas does two things wrong here, Tony. He's very, very far back inside the batting crease and playing a ball on off stump through the onside. I think he will much better off playing straight up to that ball. Look at him how far back he is. Both feet inside the batting crease and playing across the line of the ball.
Oh, and that was almost exactly the same all over again. The only difference was that he got a bit of bat on it. That could well have been out too. Have another look at this one. He tries to whip it away down towards fine leg. Was it going to hit the stumps?
I think this would have been the same thing all over again, Tony. Both feet back inside the crease, playing across the line. If he had missed that, I think he would have been beside De Freitas taking his pads off.
Big appeal there for LBW. I think he was just outside the line. The umpire having a good hard look at that one. And there's an example of good umpiring. Batsman getting the benefit of the doubt. What did you think, Fari?
Not out. Forward, big cutback ball from Courtney Walsh. That missing leg stump. Look where Jeffrey Doujon is. Jeffrey Doujon running down the leg side. The ball is him. Oh, it's definitely going down.
That's a good shot. Beautifully played through mid-wicket. The outfield now quite slow and quite slippery as well. It's a nice throw as well. So 2 there from that nice shot from Nasser Hussain.
Well, nothing wrong with this shot at all. A nice little clip off the pads. Ball slowing down in the greasy outfield.
And he's set him down on his backside.
I don't think Nasser Hussain's had too many bounces like this in university. Watch it go over his head, and he sits him on his bottom, does Courtney Walsh. Down you go, boy. Watch the look on his face here. He looks at Courtney Walsh as if to say, oh, we didn't quite have any of those at college.
Certain amount of pleasure in your voice there, Fari.
I don't think he's too impressed with that, Nasser Hussain.
He's given him LBW. So Gladstone Small is out LBW, and I should think that that will be lunch. So a little pat on the back there for Walsh, and the trumpeter whips into action, as do the hi-fi band. Let's have another look at this shout.
Well, no doubt about this, on the back foot, Gladstone Small, when will he ever learn to get forward to these nip-back balls? Get forward, he's right back on the stumps, he can't get any further back else he'd tread on them.
Yes, certainly played from the crease there, that one hitting him around about the roll, bang in line, and umpire Andrew Weeks giving him out.
So Bishop to Hussein. Oh, is he gone? He's caught him, it's all over. So Nasser Hussein decided he couldn't leave it to Devon Malcolm. He got a whack himself, and Geoffrey Dujon adds another catch to his long list. Well, he might just have taken a look at that for a moment. He thought it was up there. A good low catch by Dujon. This is it. Really trying to hit a 4. Get to the field. A good low catch. And Nasser Hussein goes for 35, and England are all out for 260. England's problem was that the first 6 batsmen got in. They worked hard, but no one got over 50. Hussein, however, did bat extremely well. He did his best to hold the tail together, and he showed a good temperament. De Freitas, some spirited shots, but 260 all out. Excellent bowling, fast and hostile by the West Indies. Bishop 5 for 84, second 5 of his career. Ambrose 2, and Walsh a good comeback, only 51 runs off 21 overs. Let's join the West Indies innings. The second over, Devon Malcolm to Gordon Greenwich. Oh, my word, did that hit the bat? Or did it hit the helmet? The bat went up, rather like a periscope there.
I'm quite sure that that hit him on the helmet. He ducks to a very short ball. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was the bat. You're absolutely right. I thought sure it hit him on the helmet.
Fantastic shot.
Well, that is silly bowling. I mean, after the bounce at the Greenwich, you can bet your bottom dollar. Look at Haynes, he's waiting for it. He's on the back foot before he bowls, Desmond Haynes. And I've mentioned before, one of the great hookers in world cricket. What he really should have done there is pitch the ball up, should Devon Malcolm.
Into the gap on the offside, and he's not bothering to run for that because he knows it's come off the bat, right off the meat of the bat, and into the gap on the offside. Lovely shot.
Gladstone Small string in length this time. Beautiful stroke through the offside by Desmond Haynes.
Oh, that's a good one. It kept a little low, and it was onto him quite quickly. Had he missed that, he may well have been LBW because he was playing from the crease.
Yes, this one keeps a little bit low, seaming back into Greenwich. He was lucky to come down on that one.
That's through the gap. Hussain is obviously quicker than Capel. Overtook him on the way down to the boundary. And so a little bit of music because of the boundary, and that brings up 7,000 runs for Gordon Greenwich. 7,000 runs. He's the 12th man in the history of Test cricket to reach that milestone. And what's more, he's only the 4th West Indian. He's been a great player, this man.
Yes, he's a very, very consistent player for the West Indies. Technically, a very, very sound opening batsman.
That's through the gap as well. Don't bother running for that. Magnificent shot there by Haynes. He really is getting stuck into anything just outside off stump. That wasn't that short. He hit it on the up eventually.
And Desmond Haynes, Haynes' fifth four of the innings. Beautiful shot through the offside. Again, not bothering to run. He knew he had struck it nicely.
Magnificent straight drive. Haynes is in top form.
Well, he recognises a half volley when he sees one, and this really is one. But beautifully placed, he knew exactly where that ball was going. That's a super shot from Desmond Haynes.
Well, that's an authoritative shot by Greenwich. He hammered it. A cue for the music. He rarely put back the ball.
Another half volley and a gap had been off, and that's all Gordon Greenwich needs to see.
Off the forearm. Good delivery from Malcolm, but it's off the forearm.
On the forearm, you can see that goes to Lamb. England do appeal for it. Russell jumps and starts to run, but the umpire says not out, and quite a restrained reaction by the England players.
It's in the air, but it's gone. A long way. Out of the ground. 6 for Haynes in commanding form.
Well, it went many a mile. You couldn't say that he middled that. It flew off the top of the bat, or top of the blade. It went much higher than he thought. But Gladstone Small down there was never in any doubt at all. It was going high, high up in the trees and away.
Peanut sellers have got to bag their work. And they'll be out there selling them during the course of the afternoon. She could have done with a few more spectators in the ground.
Oh, that's down the ground. He's really hit that off the meat of the bat, and it's gone straight over the top for 6. Oh, Greenwich opening his shoulders there and hit that one straight down the ground.
Well, that's a tremendous shot. David Capel was bowling a tremendous over there, kept the ball on the length, but he's got this one a bit fuller. And Greenwich has just hit straight through the line of it from outside off stump. Caught it right in the middle of the bat, and I'm afraid the bowler knows when someone hits one like that where it's going, and that's gone straight over the boundary for 6. Tremendous shot.
And a big appeal there for LBW, but he was probably, if he didn't get outside the line, it might have nipped back a little bit too much. Let's have another look at that one.
The ball's pitching, and I think it's rather high, actually. It's hit him above the knee roll on the pad. Oh, above that, nearly on the thigh pad, so good decision from the umpire.
Capel to Haynes. Straight through mid-on for 4. So Haynes moves on to 44. He's looking in good form.
Yes, he is. Anything that's slightly over-pitched, both these West Indian batsmen are capitalising on. I mean, that ball's fullish. It's just outside off stump, a typical Desmond Haynes shot. He's worked it through the onside. There's always going to be 4.
Lovely on drive by Haynes. He really is playing beautifully. That's his 7th 4. And he now moves on to 49. just fractionally short, and Greenwich dispatches it down through mid-wicket. Well, that's a local character here, known as Mayfield.
Well, that shot was very dismissive of the bowling. Not really that short, just short enough for Gordon Greenwich really to treat the ball with contempt.
And there are the landmarks. The 100 partnership and Desmond Haynes' 50. Simultaneous. That'll go. 4 more. So Greenwich joins Haynes on a half century in his 100th Test match. And this great pair of openers have put on their 14th century partnership.
Yes, and very well deserved as well.
That's a half volley, and they know exactly what to do with those.
You certainly don't bowl half volleys to Desmond Haynes on those style pitches like this. A little bit of swing there for David Capel, but not enough. He just played through the line of the ball. Not much lateral movement. You can afford to play through the line of the ball on these pitches.
And then you drop it short. And wide of the off stump. Tremendous shot. Yeah, give it a shine, mate. If you're any good, you could have the next over at the pavilion end. What about the hat? That was a cracking shot, wasn't it?
A very good shot indeed. David Capel trying to adjust for the ball that was pitched up before. Over adjusting, just dragging it down just that little bit too much. Short outside the off stump. Well, you see the end result. Oh, that's a good ball. It was a good delivery. Oh, that's got to be close. Well, perhaps it was just outside the line or going down the leg side, but he seemed to be playing it from the crease. Must have been very close. Certainly the wicketkeeper thought it was out. Very, very confident appeal. 145 without loss.
Well, as I said about half an hour ago, these two batsmen are playing so well, they're beginning to get just a little bit careless, playing right across the line, certainly worth a shout. He's trying to hit that towards square leg.
That's a magnificent straight drive. Into the fence it goes.
Well, nice full-length delivery, and Desmond Haynes just whipping it to the onside. My goodness, doesn't he get some right hand into it? The ball is outside of stump.
That's very well left. He dropped his gloves on that one, picked the ball up very early. Have another look at this.
Wonderful cricket. It's a very quick delivery just outside off stump. The batsman playing it really well, and what about the pace and bounce? Really goes through chest high. The batsman saw it early, just swayed his head.
That's a huge hit. That is a ginormous hit, straight back overhead. Greenwich's second six off Capel.
You can't afford to go up too much this man, Greenwich, on this sort of a pitch. He just leant into that one. Complete follow through, full follow through. Beautiful shot.
And just for a bit of variety, a square cut. Well, he started to pick things up again.
Well, it's not the first time that we have seen these sequence of shots. First, the over-pitched ball hit overhead, and then trying to correct, pitching a little bit too short, dragging it down too quickly, caught for 4.
Oh, he's dropped him. Well, he has smashed it at the man backwards a point. Stewart's in that position, and it's gone for 4. Should have caught it. He's saying he didn't pick it.
I want a Stewart's inquiry. Or a Stewart inquiry? Well, it went like lightning. I don't think Alex Stewart picked it out. I don't blame him really, but I just got fingertips to it. And Gordon Greenwich was on to 97.
Well, it certainly went to hand. It's got to go down as a chance. He's going for it. This could be close. Will there be a run out? No, he's gone through for 100. He's got a magnificent 100. Gordon Greenwich has made 100 in his 100th Test match. And they're running on the ground from all directions. That bloke's got his umbrella with him. Wow, she's enjoyed it too, I tell you. She's in the process of giving it some real movement up there. Let's have another look at this very special moment in the career of Gordon Greenwich. A quick single in his 100th Test match, and he really did enjoy that. That's cut into the gap for 4. Magnificent shot. So another 4 to Greenwich. And that guy down there just giving the ball a bit of a shine. Giving England a little bit of help. So that's gone past the record now between these two countries for the first wicket. The first wicket record was 206. They've taken it to 210. Desmond Haynes now on 99. He's scored 13 Test match centuries. Will this be his 14th, or will he be trapped? He's played it down to third man. He's got it. 2 in a row. Well played, Desmond Haynes. There he is again. I told you he was a good dancer, but he's not a good runner. However, he's made his way out to the centre. And he's giving Desmond Haynes a shake of the hand. 100s back-to-back. One in Barbados in the second innings, and this is how he brought up the one here in Antigua. So both West Indian openers in this, their first innings of the last Test match, the decider, have scored 100.
Well, the score went on to 228 for naught. Bad light stop play. Greenwich and Haynes, well, what can you say? A record opening partnership in England versus West Indies cricket history. And Greenwich 100 in his 100th Test match, both full of fine attacking strokes on a perfect pitch. Well, as for the bowling, only De Freitas bowled the line and the length to win some control for England. Malcolm was erratic, small, strangely offline. Capel, a lot of half volleys. So West Indies have made a big move to win this cable and wireless series. Probably only rain can save England. But the cricket was just a backcloth to the main debate. Should Viv Richards have issued a verbal threat to an English newspaper reporter? It was a small lapse of behaviour on his part, but he will regret it in a very big way. The newspapers will make sure of that. From Antigua, good night. Day 2 of the final cable and wireless test. A long, long day for England as first Gordon Greenidge, then Desmond Haynes hit centuries and shared an unbroken opening stand of 228. And if day 2 was a long day, day 3 could be even longer for the England bowlers, because on a perfect batting pitch, the West Indies will be aiming for a massive score and sometime before Tuesday evening a crushing victory that will clinch this cable and wireless series. Yes, indeed, they have a very strong platform indeed. 228 for no wicket, 2 centurions out there, how well they've batted. Now, West Indies will want to be in a hurry, I think. They may even want to bowl at England at the end of this third day, because they must take into their calculations the possibility of rain. As for England, well, they must bowl and hope. And they know enough about defensive bowling in one-day cricket. Let's hope it works for them today. The weather is beautifully sunny. It's a lovely fine day. There'll be no hiding place for England. But let's see now how they get on.
And that's the first 4 of the day. Bad ball from De Freitas, and Haynes puts it away for the first boundary, his 16th, the 31st 4 of the innings. And not a bad way to start, Geoffrey Boycott.
Well, it is. It's always quite depressing for the fielding side when they take up the morning's play and they look at the scoreboard. They haven't even got a wicket. It's happened to me before. The opposition are in a great position. Lots of batting to come.
That's a beauty. That's a real beauty. Through Haynes completely, and we haven't seen many deliveries beat the bat in this long partnership, and that one certainly did.
Well, that's the best delivery I've seen this test match. The line, the length, down the corridor, outside off stump, but it really moves away from the batsman. That wasn't a bad shot by Haynes. Look how straight the bat is.
Well, that's into the gap, and that'll go down to the boundary at cover. Well, that wasn't a good delivery. It was a little short, a little wide, and you can't give Desmond Haynes any room.
252 then. A tremendous partnership between these two, Greenidge and Haynes. Stream of superb shots. Lovely timing, nice even bounce. I feel sorry for De Freitas. He was a bit on the short side and a little bit wide, but he wasn't miles astray. That's the margin of error against a top-class batsman.
Oh, and that's a short delivery, pulled away, and over the fence it goes. A magnificent pull shot. A magnificent pull shot for 6. Just carried the fence down there, but what timing from Greenidge. Have another look at this.
Beautiful shot, just medium pace, short of a length. Tremendous blow.
Mighty shot by Greenidge. They've now started to unveil some of their shots. 4 down the ground.
Since yesterday, Tony Lewis has been a little bit perplexed about the absence of the straight mid-off and mid-on. And there you see the straight drive again from Gordon Greenidge. Beautifully executed.
Magnificent drive by Haynes. We saw a number of those yesterday, and that's another one for 4.
It's not easy to restrict these batsmen on this sort of a pitch. That was in no way a half volley. You can see where it pitched. Desmond Haynes just followed through, played through the line of the ball.
That's well fielded. Well, I must say, I've been pretty impressed with De Freitas' performance. He's certainly bowled pretty well, try to keep his cool. He's quite a flamboyant cricketer, and have a look at this for a bit of fielding at mid-on. Diving away to his left.
Yeah, it's that sort of athletic feeling. Really does give a bit of confidence to your bowlers. He's a wonderful athlete. They need all the help they can get on hot days when times are tough, batsmen are dominating. You need all the help you can get from your fielders.
Oh, he smashed that one straight down the ground. Flat, one bounce into the fence. And that really was a brute force shot. It was played from around about off stump, perhaps even just outside. Greenwich cutting loose.
Well, there's nothing to say about that. That wasn't a bad ball. That's just a batsman feeling. He wants to really get after the bowler. Good length ball, outside off stump, quite a few inches outside.
And that one just past the stumps, and that brings up the 296, and it hasn't gone unnoticed by some of the crowd here. That equals the partnership they put together on this ground against India. So one more, and they'll be ahead of it. Quick single, and that's 297. So they've improved on their 296. And he's given him out. He hasn't quite got there. The throw has come in all the way from Gladstone Small, and he's got him. Well, they've broken the partnership. Desmond Haynes is hanging his head. Greenwich doesn't want to go. Well, Greenwich is out. This partnership has been broken on 298, going for the 299th run. This is how it happened.
Well, everybody thought the throw would come in from Gladstone Small back to the wicketkeeper. He throws in one movement. Greenwich is still halfway down the pitch, and it is tight. Yes, what a wonderful decision. What a wonderful decision by the umpire.
Yes, there's no doubt that he was labouring a little bit. He wasn't really flat out, so the partnership has been broken. 298 for 1.
Well, the thing is that Gordon Greenwich, if you watch the non-striker, he's cantering quite easily. He thinks that this throw is going to go straight back to the wicketkeeper. Look, he's halfway in the middle, he's cantering steady, and he suddenly realises in danger, and he's short. Catches him very, very unawares.
There's a big shout there, and that must have been close. Just a little bit lazy getting out to that.
Yes, it's definitely worth a shout. Just angling in to Desmond Haynes, but the batsman getting forward. As we've noticed that most of the umpires in the Caribbean, if the batsman is prepared to get forward, play straight, they usually get the benefit of any doubt whatsoever.
Beautiful bowling. It's a really good effort by De Freitas.
Well, every now and again he gets it right in that corridor on a length. Just now and again he's made Desmond Haynes play and miss.
I just wonder whether the disco's gone today, Easter Sunday maybe, or... Usually we've had thundering music here day after day. It's a very peaceful day's cricket. Except for an England bowler. See what I mean? Well, they heard me. Cue the music.
Well, not too bad a ball that, just a good pitch, a little bit wide, just give Richardson a little bit of room. I've said before in this series, he's a batsman that likes to cut and pull. He likes the cutting shots off the back foot and the pull shots.
There we are, that's the disco man. And that's a thumping good shot. And no point in chasing that.
The pitch is so good that the margin for error for the bowlers is so small. Just threw that up a little bit, did Gladstone Small.
Oh, he's hit that. There's no one down there. Into the fence it goes, just in front of square. Money for old Jam, that is, or old Rope, whichever you choose. Short ball, and Desmond Haynes has been whacking them to the boundary for a fair while during this match.
That's his meat for Desmond Haynes. It didn't really rush onto him. He had enough time, saw it well, and that was hit in front of square. Just to show you how well he hit it and how much time he had.
He's hit that one in the gap behind square for 4 as well. Another short delivery and another boundary, which takes him to 149.
There we have people looking on. He looks quite relaxed, not even in cricket gear.
Oh, that's well bowled too. Now that's the place to bowl. This is the quickest of the English bowlers, and this was a good delivery.
That is where he should be bowling. Just outside the off stump, as the Englishmen keep on referring to it as the corridor of uncertainty.
Into the gap it goes. It's going down towards the boundary. So 4 more to Haynes. The score moves on to 342 for 1.
Well, he's clobbered that from outside the off stump and put it down over mid-on. Richardson has come in. Whether he's had instructions or not doesn't really matter. I get the feeling that even if he hasn't had instructions, he can read the game well enough. And he's really played a number of superb shots. He's been very aggressive. Well taken. Beautifully taken. But Richardson is not moving. An appeal for a catch at the wicket. I think Richardson felt that he squeezed the ball into the turf. Looking across to the umpire at square leg. Umpire Weeks. Umpire Archer is coming across. The England team can't believe it. It was well taken by Russell.
It can't possibly have been hit into the ground, surely, because although, I mean, Richardson is the sort of fellow who might know, but it certainly looked out.
Yes, he's given him. Richardson caught behind. He waited for the decision. Malcolm finally gets a wicket, and Richardson is caught by Russell after the umpires consult.
Well, let's take a close look at that. That looks out to me. He just sliced it, but what did happen is Richardson hit the ground very hard with his bat. He jabbed down into the ground, and you lose the sensation completely. Sometimes you just do not feel the nick of the ball in the bat, or how it left the bat. watch again and just see how deeply the bat goes into the ground. Well, that, from this angle, to me, looked out. But Richardson is an honourable man, and he's not the sort of fellow to hang around. Now, that's pressurising of the umpire, I suppose. It looked out.
He's bowled him off the inside edge. Carl Hooper. A disappointing return to the West Indies team. Goes for one, and the West Indies are now 358 for 3.
Yes, an inside edge. Good luck for David Cable. 358 for 1. Little inside edge onto the off stump. And I'm very happy for David Capel. He's taken some stick in this match.
The chant is "We want Malcolm." Viv Richards has strike. They've got 2 men back on the boundary at square leg. He doesn't want to miss-hit one in that direction, otherwise he will be out. On the other hand, if he does hit it, it could end up in the church outside the ground. Devon Malcolm to Viv Richards. In the air, and he's got him! He's got him! He's out! Caught! Devon Malcolm's got him first ball. There we go. Well, that'll certainly quieten them down around here. Unbelievable. Viv Richards fancying Devon Malcolm. There can be no other reason for the shot. He has decided to go after him again, and he has hit it straight to extra cover. Jeff Boycott, a little lollipop.
Well, I think my mum would have caught that in her pinny. A nice little lollipop to mid-off.
So there we go, the end of the great man. At least he can still smile about it. And his mate there going off the ground in tears. He really is. He cannot believe it. 359 for 4. Well, there he is, the little fellow himself, Gus Logie, the new batsman. Got him, he's dropped him. Oh, how can you drop one like that? Well, we know it can happen. That one went straight to Larkins and straight through him. Here it is again, the deflection there. He's got it totally covered, lovely height. But dance he's gone, and I can tell you that's going to spoil Wayne Larkins' cup of tea.
And that's gone now. So Logie has finally gone, badly dropped by Wayne Larkins before tea, and Philip De Freitas finally gets reward for his efforts. He's bowled really well in difficult circumstances, and Logie now edges a catch to Alan Lamb. Straightforward catch, and this time the fielder takes it. Logie is gone, and it's 382 for 5.
Fully deserved wicket by Philip De Freitas. Neat catch, and justice was done. He's been by far the best bowler for me.
He's gone. Desmond Haynes caught behind by Russell. Has a look at the pitch as he walks off. Gladstone Small has a wicket. Very good delivery, this one. And the West Indies are 384 for 6. And what a fine innings by Desmond Haynes, ended by a very good ball. Lifted, left it, gloved it, and into the gloves of Jack Russell. Superb innings by Desmond Haynes, out for 167, and the West Indies are 384 for 6.
A bit of bounce, ball going through off the gloves, taken shoulder high by the wicketkeeper. It shows to the England fielders that this pitch has still got a bit of bounce in it.
That's high in the air. Oh, it just beats him over the top. 4 runs on Gladstone Small. Had he been further back, could have caught that.
Well, this is the top edge here from Jeffrey Dujon. Let's see if we can see exactly where it lands. But apparently the umpire has changed his decision there, Tony. There it goes over the top.
Well, I think we are pretty harsh on Gladstone, really. But if it was a 4, he could have been standing on the line, could he not?
Oh, there's a mix-up here. This could be out. Yes, he'll be gone. Yes, he's got him. Yes, he has. He's out, run out, down at the far end. And I suspect that there was a yes-no call there. And Dujon is the victim. It was the batsman's striking's call because it was in front of square. He said yes, then no, and Dujon couldn't make it back.
There's a good bit of fielding. It's gone in the danger area towards mid-wicket, and Rob Bailey's picked up. There's obviously a yes-no, and Devon Malcolm's done very well there to catch the ball and take the stumps. And the West Indies seem to have quite a few run-outs throughout the series, and that was another mix-up between 2 of their players.
Certainly was. 415 for 7. He's got him, caught behind. Yes, he's got to go. Of course he has. Big neck, no doubt about that one. Another wicket to England. A thick edge there, flying through the wicketkeeper, and there's no way in the world they make mistakes on little orthodox edges like that one. We'll have another look at it. A quick delivery, outside edge, and it went straight to the keeper. That's the end of Baptiste. He's making his way back to the pavilion now. Pretty straight, quick delivery, this one. Baptiste going for the drive there. He really did. It looked to me as if he fancied it. 417 for 8. Well, there goes one of those booming straight drives right into the gap and down to the boundary. He's very tall. He can stand up and play the ball on the up, and this is an example of that.
That's a good shot, Tony. I mean, the ball's off stumpish on a length, and he's hit through it because he's a tall man, got quite a lot of leverage, and he's not middle that quite rightly, but it's still gone for 4, and he's used his height to hit that ball down the ground. It's a good shot.
He's got him. There's certainly a flick of the elbow there. He's had a glance down at the umpire, who's dead still at the moment. And so there was obviously a little noise there. Probably was the elbow. That's brought a smile to Kirtley's face.
It's difficult to tell whether he got a touch here or not. In fact, David Capel's found a fair bit of pace there and got that ball up, and it's gone through well. Certainly gone close to the gloves, but difficult to tell whether he's hit that or not.
Well, that's in the air and well taken. Beautifully taken by Jeffredis. So the West Indies lose their 9th wicket for 433, and this is a very good catch by Jeffredis, mainly because he couldn't really anticipate how much the ball had on it. He had to search for it and then dive forward to take it inches from the ground. Ambrose is out, and the West Indies 433 for 9. Completely miscued. He was aiming somewhere over mid-wicket. Up it went. Jeffredis would have sighted it late. That's why he comes in late, but he held it really well. Inches from the ground, threw himself forward. It's in the air. Back goes Smith. Those are horrible to try to take. High swirling ball over his head.
Well, better him than me. Not a very easy catch to take. Well, at least he's acrobatic.
Here's Desmond Haynes. Nice and relaxed after a little 167.
Bowled him! Neck and crop back go the stumps. Isn't that a beautiful sight? There is nothing nicer in cricket than to see those stumps splattered all over the place, as long as they're not yours. So Courtney Walsh out comprehensively bowled. This is how it happened. A delivery that pitched on off stump and beat the outside edge of the bat, and back they went. So now it's over to the England batsmen. As a result of that dismissal, it's over to the batsmen to see that they don't lose any wickets tonight.
Greenwich and Haynes then 298. What a tremendous partnership that was. A new record for West Indies against England, and the all-time record for an opening partnership for the West Indies. And then that amazing collapse. Hooper won, Richards won, and the stumble and the flawed innings towards the end. 446 all out, and England, I think, were probably relieved to see that. As for the bowling, well, I thought De Freitas the pick of them. 27 overs, 1 for 74. Wickets for Capel, and for Devon Markham 4. Gladstone Small, rather disappointing, I felt, 1 for 123. So England face a tricky 20 minutes or so batting before the close. It's the second over, 2 for no wicket, and Curtly Ambrose is bowling to Wayne Larkins.
In the end, between the two of them, well, you can't stand there and watch them go by. You've got to both go for the ball. It was in the air between Greenwich and Hooper, and both of them let it go.
Yes, but not a good shot there from Wayne Larkins. He's fencing at this. Oh, my goodness, the slips. Dear, oh dear, they were watching each other there, but not a good shot from Wayne Larkins. Just fencing at this. Never really got his body over and behind the ball.
Bowled him. Good night, Wayne Larkins. And I think he put his hand up there, suggesting that he couldn't see. Almost as if it was inevitable. Well, this is how it happened. It pitched just outside off stump. It didn't really do anything different. It bounced a little bit more than he expected. Off the glove it came, back onto the leg stump. And so he's out bowled. So once again, England off to a bad start. 16 for 1.
Well, Wayne Larkins is looking to leave this ball. You see the bat, he doesn't really play it, but he leaves his bat hanging around and his hands as well, and the ball hits something and goes, there it is, top of the bat. He never really played at it. I think that hit the top of the splice and just went onto the stumps. You can't hang the bat around. If you're not going to play it, get the bat right out of the way. Yeah, he just played on.
Well, after that wicket, they came off for bad light. It was a very difficult time for Stewart and Larkins, and infuriating for England to lose a wicket and then come off for bad light. As for the bowling, it was hostile. I thought it was clever too, because there were no bouncers, and that made sure that the West Indies stayed on as those shadows grew. Score 16 for 1, then West Indies lead by 117. It's difficult to hold out great hope for England. Last evening, as the shadows began to creep across the ground and the batsmen's faces, England suffered a major blow in their attempt to save this 5th cable and wireless test. Larkins bowled Ambrose 10. Now, with 2 days to play and just 9 wickets in hand, they need another 170 to make the West Indies bat again, and many more than that to stave off defeat. West Indies do look set for victory, and that would make it 2-1 up in the series. The faster bowlers have much more to offer out there than the England medium-pace attack. But what about England? Does it really have to be Lamb and Smith all over again? Wouldn't it be a marvellous scenario if this match was saved by the youngsters, by Stewart, by Bailey, and by Hussain? A bit of a dream, maybe, but I think they rather deserve it. Let's see how they get on.
I just wonder what the order of the day would have been from team manager Mickey Stewart to his son Alec, who was opening the innings for England. I hope he said to him, look, this is one of the few opportunities where England are not in a hurry for runs, and a great opportunity for you to show me that you can bat all day long, because I think that's what England want from some of their young players, not these small little 20s and 30s and 40s.
Sliced it away, down to third man. Looked a little bit rash, but 4 runs for Alex Short to get him off the mark for the day.
Well, nothing wrong with trying to hit it over the top of the slips. No third man. Once it gets over there, it's 4 runs. As long as he doesn't try to hit it too hard and just almost steers it, just cuffs it over the top, uses the pace of the ball. He seems to have done that quite well. Just let the ball come on. Just watch the bounce. That's important with the new ball particularly.
He's gone, caught at cover. Straight to Richardson. England lose an early and important wicket, and it's 24-2. Really a very loose shot there, hit it straight to the fielder. Picked him out at cover, almost catching practice. Short goes. Bishop gets his first wicket, and it's 20 for 2.
Well, this is a poor shot at any time to get out caught at cover. No need to play the ball, just spooning it up. It's wide of off stump is the ball. Really no need to play it at all. I've been saying this, in these situations you shouldn't be playing at balls unless you have to. And with England trying to save the match or get themselves in a position to make West Indies bat again, that's a dreadful shot.
Oh, he's got him inside. Oh, he's dropped it. Well, what a good delivery that was. A big nick. It got a bit big for Dujon as well, I think. He tried to get his gloves up, and it hit the hard part and bounced out. Have a look at it.
Yes, just watch how high Jeff Dujan has to go here. And he gets his, there we are, right in the mid-drift in the end, and out it popped. Well, it's a straightforward catch, really. Should have been taken, no doubt about that. Well, it's a great escape.
That's gone out again. No, you can't do it twice in a row. That is really trying to commit suicide, and that's exactly what's happened. Dropped one ball, caught the next. Good night, Charlie. Well, there we are. Poor old Rob Riley dropped one ball, caught the next, and England in all sorts of trouble. 33 for 3. England's captain in this match is the new batsman, and if ever a captain's knock is required, it's going to be in this innings. 33 for 3 they are. Bailey, having been dropped, was caught the next ball. This time Dujon made no mistake. Oh, in the air and just wide of the square gully. Lamb has clearly decided he's going to come out and take the attack to these West Indians. That's the only way he knows how. Watch this shot for off the mark.
Yeah, you're right, and it has to be positive. Lammy, no doubt about it.
That's a good ball, and it's out. He's got it. It's right onto the stumps. The ball has hit the batsman. It's rolled down onto the stumps, and the bail has been dislodged. So the night watchman, Gladstone Small, is now out as well. Bowled by Ambrose. A little lucky this for Ambrose. It was a good ball, mind you, into the rib cage there, down behind the leg, onto the stump, and down goes the off bail. So it's 37 for 4.
Too much in line, took his eye off the ball, and that's unlucky.
In the air, and he's dropped it. Gordon Greenwich has got one hand to it, and it's gone down. Well, there's one thing you have to say. The West Indians have not in this series taken all their chances. This is another example of one that flew to slip very high. Would have been a great catch, mind you. Got one hand to it, and it didn't pop up. It went way over the top of Hooper's head. Watch Greenwich in the background there. Up he goes, got a hand to it, but it was a desperate lunge, wasn't it, really?
And he's put that away very well. Spotted the length of that ball very early indeed, and pulled it through the vacant spaces on the leg side for 4.
This one was pulled well in front of square. Obviously had a lot of time, saw it early, pulled it well in front of square, almost to a wide, long on position. There it goes. Was onto that in a flash.
And he sliced that away for his first boundary and his first runs over the slips.
Over the top of slips there. Definitely not a chance. Not on a short stroke, but definitely not a chance. Well over the head of slips. Now look at this ball go down the leg side seemingly and then swinging back. Pitching coming in towards Robin Smith, and then their position almost being pulled there.
And another one nips back, and that's hit him on the glove again. He's having all sorts of problems out there. He's a tough customer, but I tell you what, this can't go on much longer. He's been hit on the jaw in this match. He's got that area protected now with those bars, but he really is, I believe, having a lot of trouble with his hands.
His biggest problem is that even when we were practicing in the nets, he gets tucked up with the ball on his body. See, that's a fairly simple delivery to play. It's just above stump height.
I reckon that finger of his is in real trouble. That's just my observation on it. Would not surprise me if that finger is broken. And in fact, I think they're debating as to whether or not he can go off the ground. He really is in agony, and I think we're going to see Smith leave the ground here.
In here. Now, the height of the ball is really not that high. You can't say that that's an awkward height of delivery. The awkwardness is the pain he's getting from the finger.
Always hit him on the head. Smashed him on the crash helmet, and it's gone flying down towards fine leg. So you'll get another single. Walsh keeps hitting people. Have another look at this. You can see the red mark on the back of his hat there.
Well, he ducks right into it, as the saying. Really just ducks his head down, takes his eye off the ball, and it smacks him on the helmet. Very deceptive, as I said. His pace, he looks effortless, easy, turns the eye off the ball, smacks him on the back of the helmet.
That's a great shot.
Tremendous shot from Alan Lamb there. Courtney Walsh over pitching, and Lamb taking full toll of that ball, and certainly hasn't missed out on too many half volleys this trip, and that's bullish and hasn't much feet movement there, but he's hit it flat in the middle of the bat, and that's 4 all the way.
That's a good shot. That's the sort of topspin that Lamb gets is easily 4, and yet he hit it straight into the ground.
Yes, it's amazing. He's hit that ball hard into the ground, but it's got a sort of loopy bounce on it, and it's easily beat the fielder for 4. And It's Ricky Richardson sets off behind it and can only end up escorting it to the boundary.
Oh, he's bowled him. Look at Eldine Baptiste. They know how important that wicket really is to the West Indies. I must say he's bowled some good balls in this match, many of which have not got wickets. Lamb appeared to play just outside, might have got a nick, but he's out, and that's for sure. 86 for 5.
This is a pretty good ball from Baptiste. It's just outside off stump and it certainly nips back off the wicket, keeps a fraction low and beats Lammy's defensive push, and looks like they might have clipped his pad on the way through as well. And the ball hasn't bounced very much, and that's a bit of a blow for us because Alan Lamb, being the mainstay of our batting, been our most successful batsman on the tour, and that's going to be a tremendous blow for us, and it's going to give the West Indies great spirit now from here on in.
That's 4 runs. It often goes fine when Nasser Hussain plays off the back foot. I think he's in some pain in that wrist though.
Yeah, I think this ongoing problem with his wrist, which will get sorted out when we get home. Ball's gone in short wide of off stump, played one of his favourite shots and slightly open face. It's gone along the ground all the way for 4, but I think that sort of shot gives his left wrist a lot of pain.
That's got through. No, he says no. Oh, Capel's run. Capel was looking at the ball. Nasser Hussain shouted no, and Capel still kept coming. What a disaster. I just wonder whether he can hear. It's 94 for 6.
Nasser Hussain plays a cut shot, hits it into the ground, goes past Desmond Haynes at deep gully. Easy 1, possible 2, but the ball's thrown. Hussain has obviously looked for the 2 and then said no, and Capel's been ambling down the wicket. You can't exactly tell what's happened, but tremendous misunderstanding, and you know, tragedy in our position here, fighting to save the game and giving away a wicket like that.
And so they're going back to the old tactics now, around the wicket to Russell. This means that the ball will be angling into his body, which he doesn't like quite as much as the other way around. And straight away, a magnificent delivery.
This definitely is not a delivery that you look forward to facing every day. That one really climbed. Wow.
Dropped him, another one down. Well, this West Indian side will look back on this series, and one of the things they will have to say is that they're going to have to do a little bit more work on the slip cordon.
Yes, this could not be described an easy catch, but they are normally taking the slips. Carl Hooper going way to his right. Not easy, but test matches, you have got to take those catches.
Well, that's a magnificent shot. How often does that happen? After the batsman's been dropped, he then smashes the bowler for 4, and that brings up the 100. It's also enough to drive bowlers to their graves a little earlier than might otherwise have been the case. Dreadful feeling, catch going down and then having the batsman smash you like this.
Rubbing salt into the wound.
That's a good shot. Well pitched up and beautifully played away on the onside. Anything well pitched up on leg stump, he's very strong.
This seemed to have been flicked just off the mid-stump. walking across his stumps, but beautifully played, very safe, quite wide of Ambrose there at leg gully.
It's a lovely shot now towards square leg. Into the boundary it goes.
Very safe, safe shot, pulling it down onto the ground.
And Russell just having the better of it in the last couple of overs. He clipped one off the legs in the last over from Walsh and got 4, and now he's pulled it away for another one.
Well, hasn't he done well? And he really has. From the early days when Jack Russell was struggling against the Australians, he's worked at his technique, he's got more confident, he's a tremendous fighter. Every stroke he plays shouts out personality, character, fight.
Just wide, they put the man back at backward square leg, clipped it in the air, but that's 4 more. In fact, Charlie Ambrose had been placed back, and it just went wide of him.
He's in tremendous form because really he's playing across the ball here. He plays it very square. Actually, he helps it on. It's going across him. It's not quite across the line. He helps it on. Jack Russell closes the face of the bat on that shot all the time. And he middles it. It flies away.
Just through Logie. Kind of catch that you can expect a short leg so close in to take. It would have had to have hit the hand and popped up in the air, and he would have to have taken the rebound.
I don't know how Logie has such fantastic reactions, because his hand went up to that ball. It could well have struck, rather like a great tennis player on the net there. Instant reflex.
Guided that very nicely down towards third man. Opened the face of the bat as he usually does. Gets another boundary.
I know he's got a bad wrist, Nasser Hussain, but he's a wristy player, and he holds the bat well down, his top hand rather behind the bat handle. But that's the sort of wristy shot that he can play well. A lovely late cut off the open face, played on the front foot, which is quite unusual.
And that's an easy catch. Richardson takes it. Ambrose gets the wicket. And a really tame end to a fighting innings from Jack Russell. Lobbed it up on the offside. An easy catch to Richardson. And Russell's innings and his series as a batsman ends out for 24, 148 for 7.
Well, I think Russell was trying to scoop this one over that ring there of slip fielders. Suddenly played it a bit soon. That's all I can think. It's a really extraordinary shot.
It's in the air, easy catch for someone. Greenwich holds it. Ambrose strikes again, and the West Indies are nearer to victory and the series. Philip De Freitas, nasty delivery in the air. Anyone could have taken it. Gordon Greenwich is the one who grasped it. 148 for 8.
But it's this ability to dig the ball in and make it bounce so high, it makes these West Indians almost unplayable. That's Gordon Greenwich at third slip. That's Robin Smith. No pads on, does not intend to bat. So this is effectively the last wicket.
wasn't exactly in the right position to play the shot that he attempted in the end.
He's seen someone play it before, though. He's got the idea just the left foot's supposed to come forward rather than the right one go back.
They were 1-0 down. They were nearly 2-0 down. And here they are now on the threshold of winning this series. Into the fence it goes. That one went flying off the open face there. The third man quite square, Desmond Haynes. And into the fence it goes for 4.
Well, he's just playing his shot series, Nasser Hussain, trying to enjoy himself. Going to give anything a bit of a welly if he gets it near him. The exuberance of youth. He knows the game's over for England. And he's just saying to himself, let's see if I can just enjoy myself for 20 minutes.
Oh, what a delivery. That nearly took his head off. He said this guy wasn't quick.
You did, Tony Gregg. That must have hit a crack. That must have done. Look at it go up to Jeffrey Dujon.
Yes, there's a little crack just outside off stump there, and the thing that made that one difficult was that it actually hit the crack and held up. It was a magnificent delivery. He's got him! That's the end of that! The Test series is over. Viv Richards is doing his little jig again. The players are rushing for the stumps. And onto the field go quite a few of the spectators and a lot of the police. So there they are, the West Indies being congratulated there by their captain. They have won the Test by an innings and 32 runs. And they're standing out there at the moment, not in any great rush to get off the ground because the police have done a very good job here and the crowd actually doing the right thing as well. They stayed off the ground. This is how the last wicket fell.
Well, he's just looking to play shots, as you're saying. No feet to the ball, he's just stood in his crease and he's given Bishop a very well-deserved wicket. I think he's been the best bowler. I really do feel he's been the best bowler on both sides. Got an element of pace, a little bit more experience than Devon Malcolm, and Viv Richards doing his jig.
So Richards very happy. The West Indies have won the series. This Cable and Wireless Test Series, 2 Test matches to 1.
England, I'm afraid, batted poorly, many of them getting themselves out. There were many threats to survive and score runs by Alan Lamb and Nasser Hussain. Jack Russell was as hard to remove as usual. But the bowling, Ambrose 3, Bishop 4, combination of youth and height and hostility and fine support from Walsh and Baptiste. So England will go home and recognise that they probably had one good team, but that the loss of Gooch and Fraser was too great a penalty for them to carry. So the result stands, West Indies winning by an innings and 32 runs and the Cable and Wireless series by 2 tests to 1. England lose, but they have impressed everyone by their courage. They were truly brothers in arms.
Through his years of destruction, baptisms of fire, I've witnessed your suffering as the battle reached high. And though it had been so bad, in the fear and alarm, you did not despair. letting